Welcome. May the Triple Gem bless you. Today, I would like to introduce you an important topic that can be useful in your life and it can improve your life and your relationship within yourself and others too. So, let me introduce you today the 11 benefits of practicing metta. Of course, we know about metta and we know what it is, and we may also know how to practice it. But it should be very important to know what are the benefits of practicing it and introducing it in your life. Nowadays, life has become a battlefield with a lot of disagreements, fights, problems, hardship, and conflicts. But the Buddha has given us a very powerful antidote that if it is dwelling in our mind, it can solve any kind of problem, whether it is within ourselves or others. Nowadays, world is crying for metta. This is what we need the most. If we practice it, then we can do something important, something impactful that can improve the world in a positive way and make it a more ideal society. So let's dive into the Metta Nisansa Sutra and see what are the 11 benefits of practicing metta. So, what is the first benefit? The first benefit is that you can sleep well. Every day people are complaining about outside noise and some outer reasons whether they cannot sleep. And they may be blaming about the noise, maybe blaming about the environment or the lights or whatever it is. But most of the time, the reason why we cannot sleep is that we have some internal reasons why we cannot sleep. And most of the time, these reasons are ill will, anger, nervousness, sadness, and restlessness. But if we practice loving kindness, we are able to defeat and we are as well able to pacify with these unwholesome defilements in our minds, and so that we can shut down the noises that are wandering in our mind. Then it can allow us to sleep well. The second benefit is that you can wake up well. Of course, sleeping well, as a result, being able to wake up in a positive mindset. When we have a positive mindset, when we start the day in a positive way, it helps us to be more centered and more connected within ourselves and others. And this helps us to connect in a wholesome way with the people and being able to face all kind of problems that we may be faced during the day and of course, solve them in a wholesome way. The third benefit is that you can sleep peacefully without any nightmare. Of course, we know that whatever we see in our dreams are mostly a reflection of the thoughts, the ideas that come through our mind during the day. So when we have a stressful day, when we spend the whole day having bad intentions, having ill intentions and nervousness towards others, towards animals, towards situations, this is absolutely normal and natural that we will be having some negative and some difficult nightmares during the night. Of course, if we sleep peacefully and we go to sleep peacefully with a smile, that's very unlikely that we may have nightmares during the day. The fourth benefit of practicing metta is that you will be liked by humans. Of course, everyone can perceive whether someone has bad negative energies or good positive energies within them. Of course, people are always likely and also willing to spend their time with people who can uplift them, with people who can comfort them, with people that can make their life and their day better. And of course, if you practice metta throughout your day, you will be very well appreciated and loved by the people. Now, this kind of appreciation is not limited only among the humans, but as well to the non-human beings. In fact, the fifth benefit is that you will be loved by non-human beings. It is incredible to think, but the non-human beings, non-visible beings, are always looking at what we are doing and our feelings and what we do to the people and to ourselves throughout the day. And even the negative beings will be healed by our ray of metta that we release, that we radiate towards them. Then the sixth benefit then is that we are blessed by the devas. That's one of the very important benefits that we can talk about. Imagine having an invisible friend, an invisible angel that is looking at you, is looking at what you do, and is protecting you from any kind of danger that you may face in your life. Sometimes, as we are just normal human beings, we cannot really see what's going to happen to us. But these devas, they are delighted and they are appreciating that we are emanating metta towards them, toward not only them, but toward all kinds of beings. And they love it. And they will protect us from any kind of danger that we may face in our life. Then, the seventh benefit is that you will be immune from any attack from fire, poison, and weapons. There are lots of stories about that in the Buddha's times. For example, let's mention about Chula Sivatero, who was not affected by poison because his mind was dwelling in metta. The eighth benefit is that your mind will be always peaceful. When we practice metta, our mind is free from any kind of anger, any kind of ill will. And this allows you to have a great mind. As we know, anger is one of the most powerful defilements, one of the most powerful hindrances that stops our mind to go forward the religious and spiritual path. But then, when we have enough metta in our mind, these kind of defilements don't have any space to survive. And then our mind can be taught to be peaceful, to be happy and free from any kind of danger and any kind of unhappiness. Then, ninth benefit is very interested, and is also very important to the way we face and the way we connect with the people. When we practice metta, our face and the light in our face becomes bright. It's not about the color, it's not about the complexions, it's not about any of this. It's about the light that emanates from your face. Such kind of positive light, such kind of positive feelings are perceived by the people. That's what I say in a fourth benefit, that we will be loved by humans. And it's not only a behavioral appreciation, it's as well a kind of appreciation that comes from the way we present ourselves to others. And people can see the lights of happiness, they can see the light of compassion and loving kindness throughout our eyes, throughout our actions. So now, let me introduce the last two benefits. I call these two last benefits the best way to die, because they involve the way we are going to die. So we know that death is one of the worst and most painful moments of every human being. Of course, when we are going to die, that's naturally for us to remind and remember all the bad experiences, all the bad grudge that we may have towards someone or towards a situation. That is very normal, and this is as well very common. Some people die in pain because of these thoughts. Before they are going to die, then they are full of anger and full on wholesome feelings because they remind the bad things that have happened to them with people or with the environment. But the people who have metta and dwell in the metta, they don't have space for such kind of thoughts. In fact, they can die peacefully. Their mind doesn't remind about the negative things, about how people hurt them, about how people made them wrong. Their mind is very peaceful. Their mind is very clear. And of course, it is the best way to die. Then when you die in the best way, what will the outcome be? Of course, the Buddha has said that in case we haven't reached the arahantship in this life, this is sure that the people who practice metta and dwell in metta, they will definitely reborn in the Brahma world, which is our world full of delightness. So imagine that you can have a lot of good benefits. You can have a lot of good and positive outcomes from practicing metta. And now in this life, we are human beings. We have this luck to be able to practice and to dwell our minds in positive states that can help us to live happily and can help us to uplift and to develop in our religious and our spiritual path. So why not to take such a big opportunity that we have as a human beings, and let's be mindful, let's be smart, and let's be wise, and let's practice metta in our everyday life. Thanks for watching this, and may you have a blissful day, and may your mind dwell in metta. May the Triple Gem bless you.